From the Nigerian Communications Commission NCC, this is NCC Digital Signature.
Hello and welcome to NCC Digital Signature, brought to you by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. This program is designed to educate, inform, and enlighten you on the trends, issues, and development driving innovation and creativity in the digital world. I am Ezembu.
This is NCC Digital Signature.
In this edition, the Nigerian Institute of Management, NIM, visits the NCC. The second edition of the Village Square Dialogue, an initiative of the Nigerian Communications Commission to interact with grassroots consumers, reaches Dambata town in the ancient city of Kano. Also of note is the Google YouTube event, where the Nigerian Communications Commission put up a commendable presence, plus our main story of the week, which focuses on the second edition of the Nigerian Telecom Leadership Summit, not forgetting our running quiz. Stay with us for the answers, as you may be one of the lucky winners. But first, the news highlights.
At NCC Digital Signature, we bring you innovation, trends, policies, and digital entrepreneurs redefining all sectors of our economy today. Here you will see the actors, the policymakers, digital economy drivers, and creativity that will shape your mind in line with today's reality. NCC Digital Signature, where the digital economy makes meaning.
The Nigerian Communications Commission has once again reiterated its stance on professionalizing its workforce and strengthening collaborations with strategic partners, such in order to enhance operational efficiency. The Executive Vice Chairman of the NCC, Professor Umar Garba Danbata, stated this while receiving a delegation on a visit led by the Acting Registrar and CEO of the Nigerian Institute of Management, Jude Iheanacho. The EVC, represented by the Director, Human Capital and Administration, Usman Mala, noted that the Commission places utmost importance on capacity building and is implementing policies geared towards achieving this vital objective. The NCC's conviction in the transformational capacity of skilled human resources is demonstrated by the Commission's support to staff who are members of the Institute and other accredited professional bodies. The Nigerian Institute of Management offers a variety of emergent upskilling programs aimed at ensuring that Nigeria is in tune with global trends. Programs such as the mandatory continuing professional education program and the continuing learning and development programs are examples of programs that deal with contemporary issues in management, which NCC can leverage for improved workplace efficiency. The Acting Registrar of NIM, Mr. Iheanacho, lauded the NCC for its positive contribution to the telecommunications sector, and also said a highly skilled and professional workforce was needed to regulate the dynamic, competitive, and highly intellectual world of telecommunications. The NCC, he added, has been an exemplary public sector institution noted for its proactive, all-inclusive engagement of stakeholders in the telecom sector. The visit set in motion discussions on additional steps needed to solidify the strategic relationship, such as setting up a joint committee of the two bodies to draw up modalities for interagency collaboration. Other staff of the Commission present at the interactive session with the NIM team include the Head of Administration, Ibrahim Aliyu, the Head of Human Capital, Safia Gigi, who was represented by Folorunsho Mesele, a Principal Manager in the Human Capital Department. The second edition of the Village Square Dialogue, one of the Nigerian Communications Commission's consumer outreach programs, recently took place in Dambata local government area, Kano State, with focus on protection of telecom infrastructure for improved quality of service, the role of residents. The program afforded the Commission an opportunity to solicit the support of telecoms consumers in complementing the Commission's important efforts to ensure improved telecom service delivery in their communities. While addressing telecoms consumers and traditional rulers at the forum, the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of NCC, Professor Umar Garba Danbata, represented by the Director Technical Standards and Network Integrity, Bako Wakil, said to ensure improved telecom service delivery, a community must protect telecom infrastructure in its vicinity.
One of the NCC's core mandates is to ensure that consumer is the main focus. Hence, Section 104 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2003 mandates the NCC to ensure that service providers meet such a minimum standards of quality of service as the Commission may from time to time specify and publish, B, deal reasonably with consumers, and C, adequately address consumer complaints.
The EVC stated that protecting telecom infrastructure is very important in any community, as the ability to connect and communicate is fundamental to human existence, considering its centrality in improving businesses, government services, education, communities and families to share information through seamless connections. While highlighting that technological advances have assisted people to gain access to learning opportunities outside traditional schooling, Danbata particularly noted that vandalism of telecom infrastructure has a negative impact on the community, as it reduces coverage area, leading to dead spots on the network, which result in poor quality of service and quality of experience by the consumers. Danbata also informed the gathering that destruction of telecom infrastructure discourages operators from investing in network expansion. The EVC further added that by protecting telecom infrastructure, communities are helping to create jobs, promote e-commerce, assist farmers in the villages to connect with potential buyers in the city, as well as enhancing connectivity through which citizens in both rural and urban areas are able to harvest their potentials, access information, and engage in social interactions, among others. While reiterating the Commission's commitment to ensuring that the telecoms consumer is protected, well-informed, empowered, and educated on telecoms-related issues, Danbata reminded the participants of the availability of NCC-instituted toll-free number 622 for resolving telecom service-related complaints, as well as the emergency number 112 for response during emergency situations, and the 2442 Do Not Disturb short code for managing cases of unsolicited text messages, among others. The event was preceded by a courtesy visit to the district head of Danbata community, Alhaji Wada Waziri, who expressed delight at the mission of the Commission in his community. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has said the country's digital economy ecosystem is on the path of consistent growth as a result of government's commitment to effectively implement various policies and regulations aimed at stimulating accessibility, availability, and affordability of digital services across the country. This formed the affirmative statement and conviction of the Commission during its participation at a roundtable policy conversation recently hosted by Google's YouTube to commemorate Annual African Month as designated by the African Union. The event, which was attended by other information and communications technology industry-related government agencies at the federal and state levels, provided a platform for policymakers in the country to get perspectives and feedback on content creation and moderation on the YouTube, while providing an opportunity for indigenous YouTube content creators to showcase their success stories and challenges. The Commission's team, led by the NCC's head online media, Dr. Omoniyi Ibieton, during the conversation affirmed the commitment of NCC management, led by the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Professor Umar Garba Danbata, to readily and strategically partner with relevant stakeholders to deepen digital transformation in the country. Ibieton noted that the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy 2020 to 2030 and the Nigerian National Broadband Plan 2020 to 2025, the implementation of which the NCC is spearheading, will ensure that there is deliberate and consistent expansion of broadband infrastructure in Nigeria. These two policies encapsulate federal government's overall initiatives and agenda to ensure that platforms such as YouTube continue to enjoy a mutually beneficial partnership with the Commission to advance the nation's digital economy. Through the implementation of the two policies, among several other initiatives, including the drive for the licensed infrastructure companies to cascade fiber optics from the landing point in Lagos into the hinterlands, the Commission had recorded 42% broadband penetration within the country. Dr. Ibieton also cited the licensing of 3.5 GHz spectrum for the deployment of fifth-generation network as another important move by the Commission to guarantee high speed, low latency, and high data transmission capacity beyond the 4G long-term evolution network, all in a bid to boost digital transformation in the country. He expressed optimism that Nigeria has great talents that can create innovative and creative video content as gleaned from the stories of the 35 indigenous content creators narrated by YouTube at the event, who are now being handsomely paid, saying that the NCC is happy to have created the enabling digital environment that has made the individuals actualize their dreams.
This is NCC Digital Signature.
You're watching NCC Digital Signature, a program by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. The Commission is responsible for creating an enabling environment for competition among operators in the industry, as well as ensuring the provision of qualitative and efficient telecommunication services throughout the country. For more information about the Commission, follow us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. From the news highlights, we bring you our answers and the lucky winners to our running quiz. Question 1. What is MNP? And the answer is Mobile Number Portability. Question 2. What year was the MNP launched in Nigeria? And the answer is 2013. Here are our winners for the week. Luka, Egga, Ajaokuta, Kogi State. Godwin Oshoke, Emene, Enugu State. Ezembu, Chinonso, Sylvester, Emene, Enugu State. Congratulations to you all. For further inquiries, please reach us via our email at nccdigitalsignature@ncc.gov.ng or visit our website at www.ncc.org.ng. If you've just joined us, this is NCC Digital Signature, a convergence of digital innovation, creativity, and a world of endless possibilities, brought to you by the NCC. Now to our story of the week, the second edition of the Nigerian Telecoms Leadership Summit, hosted by the Nigerian Communications Commission. Stay with us. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, is warning members of the public against allowing their social media accounts to be used to disseminate false or inciting content capable of causing panic and triggering social unrest in the country. The warning is coming on the heels of reports received by the Commission from some users of social media platforms that their accounts have been hijacked and that such accounts are being used by the hijackers to propagate fake news and information. Especially in light of the forthcoming general elections in Nigeria, the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, is warning members of the public against allowing their social media accounts to be used to disseminate false or inciting content capable of causing panic and triggering social unrest in the country. The warning is coming on the heels of reports received by the Commission from some users of social media platforms that their accounts have been hijacked, and that such accounts are being used by the hijackers to propagate fake news and information. Especially in light of the forthcoming general elections in Nigeria, the Commission informs the public that the hijacked accounts are being used to spread inciting content and misinformation that could possibly cause panic in the society. Consequently, the Commission wishes to remind members of the public of the general provisions of the Cybercrimes Prohibition Prevention (ECC) Act of 2015 and the consequences of spreading misleading content. However, as preventive measures, the Commission has provided some guidelines for the safety of social media users with respect to signs to watch out for in determining whether their social media accounts have been compromised, what to do if they notice that their account has been hacked, and some information on how to minimize the risk of their accounts being hijacked. The Commission hereby reminds members of public not to click on any link sent to them via any messaging platform, to always verify news before sharing on social media, and to always keep their devices disconnected from the internet when not in use. For more information on measures to take to ensure protection of your social media accounts, kindly visit the NCC website on www.ncc.gov.ng. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, recently hosted the second edition of the Nigerian Telecoms Leadership Summit, in line with its commitment towards continuous engagement with its stakeholders in the telecom ecosystem, with a view to pursuing proactive regulatory interventions targeted at ensuring an enabling operating environment and improving the investment climate in the Nigerian telecom industry. For more on this, here is the report.
Gathered in this hall at the Eko Hotels in Lagos is the who is who in the Nigerian telecom sector, from the mobile network operators to the internet service providers, the infrastructure service providers, and the value-added service providers, amongst others. The occasion is that of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC second edition of the Nigerian Telecoms Leadership Summit. The occasion is in line with tradition and commitment of the NCC to engage with stakeholders in the telecom ecosystem with a view to pursuing proactive regulatory interventions targeted at ensuring an enabling operating environment and improving investment climate in the Nigerian telecom industry. This assemblage of key industry stakeholders are seated with the central objective to analyze the current state of the sector, process the issues, and chart new pathways to a more effective and sustainable regulatory regime for the stability and growth of the Nigerian telecom industry. Speaking at the event, the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the NCC, Professor Umar Garba Dambata, said the theme of the summit, the future of telecom regulation in Nigeria, presented a unique opportunity for the Commission to interact with critical stakeholders. Through such interaction, the EVC said the Commission will be able to brainstorm and migrate to new frontiers of visionary regulations that will galvanize and foster desired growth in the industry.
You know, we've been doing so much for the smaller operators. Those are the second tier, stakeholders. Even before, we have been doing so much for them. If you like, even the AOL they pay less than the major players, okay? And if there is more we can do, including staggering payment of, operational license, we are a flexible regulator. One characteristic of the NCC is that important component of flexibility in regulation and regulatory diplomacy, through which we resolve issues amicably without recourse to any legal action.
Speaking further, the Director, Policy Competition and Economic Analysis, Yetunde Akinloye, says the NCC will continue to diligently pursue the implementation of policy frameworks to improve regulatory action that put the interests of the operators and consumer at heart, with a view to pursuing the Nigeria National Broadband Plan 2020 to 2025 and the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy 2020 to 2030.
In my opening remarks, I gave an account of what are those resolutions we had in 2019. How far have we gone with them? We are holding ourselves out. Hold us accountable. This is what we all resolved in 2019. How far have we gone with that? We also this year did something innovative. When we were inviting our licensees to come to this summit, we didn't just say come. We didn't just sit down in-house and say, oh, these are the issues that are affecting them. No. We wrote, in those letters we wrote and asked, what exactly are those issues you want us to discuss? What are those issues you want on the front burner? So based on all the issues they submitted, we distilled. One of those major issues is what is going on now, funding.
Speakers after speaker expressed optimism that the potentials of the telecom sector in Nigeria remains very promising despite the gains recorded so far. Some of the panel discussants called for better access to funding, collaboration, and enhanced regulatory framework to help steer the industry to greater heights. Speakers noted that the theme of the event had become imperative in order to put in place a broader regulatory framework that will enhance and protect the integrity of the industry, the emergent digital economy.
Telecommunications is the oxygen of the new economy, the digital economy. So it's absolutely important and helpful actually for the regulator to modify the kind of or the kinds of regulations that will come from them into the industry. And then with regards to the Telecoms Leadership Summit, this is the second edition, and the impact of the first edition is we're starting to see it. So this happening going forward will definitely improve the industry.
Some of the participants and thought leaders in the sector expressed their views, concerns and suggestions on key issues that will help galvanize all the policy and regulatory frameworks to provide a platform for Nigerian citizens to engage in innovative developments for the telecoms industry and improve the nation's ability to compete in the ever-competitive global space.
It's time to come up with a solution, a workable solution, and that requires one understanding the challenge in a sincere way and then coming up with solutions.
So all these conditions make it difficult, one, for the smaller player to access funds, and two, for the smaller player to be able to hold those funds even when they access them. The conditions for accessing those funds makes it impossible for the tier 2 and below operators to access.
Earlier, in his keynote address titled The Future of Telecom Regulation in Nigeria, Challenges of Access to Funding, the Chief Executive Officer of Stanbic IBTC, Dr. Ademola Shogunle, asserted that the telecommunications industry had become the sustaining stimulus of the post-pandemic era as consumer behavior continues to shift towards digital trends. However, the sector has benefited only less than 5% of the 24 trillion naira global loan exposure of banks in Nigeria.
How come the oil and gas sector is able to attract almost 1/4? It's incredible. Right, so what I'm saying is a combination of some of the things we mentioned. In Stanbic IBTC, we have a full-blown research department. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we are trying to look for it. We help from the genesis of this sector. We have it.
There was a general notion amongst participants of a compelling need for the telecoms industry to articulate a framework that will unlock increased funding and support from the banking sector to the telecoms industry in Nigeria. The EVC informed participants that a review of the resolutions from the first edition of the summit held in 2019 revealed that the Commission had implemented the recommendations of that meeting up to 80%, among which were executive order on duplicity of taxes and levies and harmonization of right-of-way fees. Other recommendations implemented include addressing of interconnect debt, review of the framework on interconnect clearinghouses to ensure 10% of traffic is routed through clearinghouses, incentive for small operators, as well as monitoring compliance with Code of Corporate Governance. To sustain the momentum from the previous industry leadership engagement, this year's summit provided the chief executives of companies in the telecom sector a chance to participate in a roundtable engagement with the EVC and top management of the NCC for closer interaction and deeper reflection on the challenges in the sector and the opportunity to proffer and agree on meaningful solutions.
This is NCC Digital Signature.
That was our report of the week on the second edition of the Nigerian Telecoms Leadership Summit, put together to highlight and provide better understanding on engagement efforts with stakeholders in continuation of the NCC's efforts at providing an enabling environment for improved operations and increased investment in Nigeria. Once again, here are the answers and the winners of our running quiz for the week. Question 1. What is MNP? And the answer is Mobile Number Portability. Question 2. What year was the MNP launched in Nigeria? And the answer is 2013. Here are our winners for the week. Luka, Egga, Ajaokuta, Kogi State. Godwin Oshoke, Emene, Enugu State. Ezembu, Chinonso, Sylvester, Emene, Enugu State. Congratulations to you all. For further inquiries, please reach us via our email at nccdigitalsignature@ncc.gov.ng or visit our website at www.ncc.org.ng. To view today's episodes and our previous editions, please log on to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Nigerian Communications Commission. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Have you linked your SIM to your NIN? Contact your service providers for further information. For more details, visit the NCC website on www.ncc.gov.ng and the NIMC website on www.nimc.gov.ng. Follow our social media handles scrolling on your screens for up-to-date news on the activities of the NCC. That's our program for today. Until next week, don't forget that the NCC is your partner towards a connected Nigeria. On behalf of the Nigerian Communications Commission, thank you for watching NCC Digital Signature. I am Maimuna Ahoize Zubair. Bye for now.